Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, thank you for stopping by. My name is Kai. I have 6 pets and I love posting videos that educate people about exotic animal care and about how I care for my animals. So in today's video, I am going to be trying out something new. I'm getting ready for work and I'm going to do my makeup, and I thought that I would do my makeup and talk to you guys about some misconceptions about tarantulas, because I find that people really don't understand them. And that's not all their fault, because the scientific community hasn't done enough research about tarantulas as they really should have been by now. But there are so many misconceptions about what people think about tarantulas, and I just wanted to bust some of those myths while getting ready for work and doing my makeup. I have my notes right here, so if you see me like looking down, I'm looking at my notes. To talk about is something that I hear way too often, and it's that tarantulas are deadly. Tarantulas are far from deadly. Tarantulas have venom. Old world species have medically significant venom that can hurt you and be painful, but some new world tarantulas don't have venom strong enough to really hurt a human. For the second myth that I would like to bust, some people think that tarantulas are poisonous, and they are not poisonous. So there is a difference between poisonous and venomous. Tarantulas are venomous. Venom is essentially an evolved kind of poison, and it has to be injected through a bite or through a sting. Poison is something that you ingest by eating. And in some cultures around the world, tarantulas are a delicacy. Tarantulas are something that people eat. And so eating a tarantula will not cause you harm, because tarantulas are not poisonous. They are venomous. I see a lot of people confused about the difference, which is totally fine and normal. When I was younger, I was also confused about the difference. But it's just good to know the facts and to know what's real and what's not. So the next time that your mom is like, "Don't touch that spider, it's poisonous," you can be like, "No, it's not poisonous, Mom. It's venomous." Right. The next myth that I kind of want to bust is that tarantulas are mean. Now, of course, I think that every different spider has its own personality. I think that some spiders are just naturally more curious and they are just naturally more inclined to want to get to know the person who's feeding them. Of course, tarantulas don't have the capacity to form relationships with their owners. Their brains aren't the same as humans or as common house pets like dogs or cats. But tarantulas sometimes can become comfortable with their owners, if that makes sense. Tarantulas, in my experience, are never mean without being provoked first. Like if you were to walk up to my tarantula's enclosure and you were to start tapping on the glass while it was out, it might throw up a little threat pose because you're scaring it. But if you were just standing there watching it walk around, just like watching it do its thing without getting in its way, it'd be fine with that. Alright. The fourth myth that I want to bust is something that I have seen some tarantula owners talk about that I just don't think is right. And that is that tarantulas are harmless. Some old world species do have medically significant venom, and so if you were bit by them, you could experience things such as fever, swelling at the bite point. You could experience numbness all the way up your arm, and some of these effects will last well over 24 hours. I, while researching for this video, came across a case where someone was bitten by an old world tarantula, and they went to the hospital because they felt that they needed to get pain medication because they physically couldn't handle it. Now, New World species, they have venom, they just don't have the kind of venom that could affect or hurt a human. New World tarantulas, for that reason, are what is recommended for beginner tarantula owners, because they can bite you and it will hurt, but it won't cause you harm, like serious harm. Being bitten by a New World tarantula, in my experience, really just feels like a bee sting. But yeah, some old world tarantulas, most old world tarantulas have medically significant venom, and it's just irresponsible for people to say that tarantulas are harmless, because tarantulas, as much as I'd like to think that they're all super docile and they all just want to be my friend, like, that's really not how it works. Last myth that I wanted to bust, hold on just a second, it's time for setting spray. Okay, there we go. The last myth that I wanted to bust is that tarantulas are expensive. Now, of course, it really depends on what kind of tarantula you are hoping to get. Of course, some species are rarer and more expensive than others because of that. But some species you can find for as little as $15 at reptile expos or at websites of I got my first tarantula for $15 at a reptile expo. The most expensive part of owning tarantulas is really just their enclosures and rehousing them, because with spiderlings, sometimes less space is more, and so you have to upgrade their enclosures several times throughout their lives until they become fully grown and until they can move into their forever. And so most of the time, the food that they eat, I don't even pay for. Sometimes I'll take a trip to the pet store and I will buy them like little hornworms or something, or like waxworms. Last week I fed one of my tarantulas a waxworm for the first time, but like, it's really not expensive to feed them either. The most expensive part, like I said, is having to rehouse them several times throughout their life. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Make sure to leave me a comment below telling me if you like this style of video, because if you do, I will definitely continue posting videos like this, because I love doing my makeup and I get to like multitask and get ready for work and make content at the same time, which is really nice. Really nice. But yeah, make sure to check the description for all of my social media platforms. If you don't follow me on TikTok, Instagram, I'll link my personal Instagram and my personal Twitter down there as well. But yeah, I hope all of you guys have an amazing day, and I hope that you learned something in this video, because I really had fun researching it. So yeah.